My dear brothers and sisters, I'd like to show you a talent which you all have, perhaps, but you've never actually taken note of it up till today. We are talking about money. What are the various names money has? When it's given in a mosque or in a church, it is called an offering. When it's given to a school to pay for the due of a student, it is called fees or school fees. When it's in a marriage, it is called a dowry. When it's in a divorce, it's called an alimony. And when it is given to somebody to be returned later, it is called a debt. When it has to be paid to the government, it's called a tax. And when it is in a court of law and you've been found guilty of something, it is called a fine. In old age, when you stopped working and you have to receive it, it is called pension, old age pension. When a boss or an employer pays it to an employee, it is called a salary. And when it is given for some professional services, they are called wages. When you borrow it from somebody, it's called a loan. And after a certain service, like in a restaurant or some airports, it is called a tip. And when it is paid to somebody who kidnapped your person, a criminal who kidnapped someone dear to you, it is called a ransom. And when it is given illegally to some person, it is called a bribe. And the question is asked, when you give it to your wife, what do you call it? But that is not even the most important question. The most important issue is that you have noticed that you master all the names which money has, as well as which name must be used where. Now the question is, do we also all master all the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And do we master which name to use in which dua? If it is not the case, we must begin to ask ourselves, how sincere are we in worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Will it be more sincere to say in the worship, instead of Allahu Akbar, that is Allah is the greatest, that we should say Fulusu Akbar, that money is the greatest thing? Because that will be more in concomitance with the contents of our person. Or at least we should recognize that we have a lot of effort to make in order to actually make Allah to be Akbar in our hearts and in our spirit. Allah should be the greatest in our hearts and our spirits. We have been fasting in the month of Ramadan in order to achieve this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us success in acquiring and increasing the taqwa which we are trying to have.